Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for being here tonight. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Hopefully this video will get up tonight, Sunday. I also have another video that I recorded yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I think so. Just talking in the car again. I do really enjoy just chatting with you guys about other things other than, tarot readings. Of course, I love that too, but I was out running errands and I had a little issue with one of my waxes that I purchased, and so I just wanted to go on and vent, and I had to edit that one because I had to stop the video and go into the post office and drop orders off and then go back into the car and restart again. So I had to edit that one, and it's taking a little bit longer to get it up, but that one might be up tonight as well. But just to warn you, I don't know if you are interested in that because it's mainly me just venting about wax, so it's probably really super boring. But anyway, of course, as always, if you are interested in a private tarot reading, please don't hesitate to reach out. I will have my email address in the description box. Also, I do want to apologize if anybody reached out today, Sunday, for a private tarot reading. I have not even had an opportunity to open my email. I am going to check my email and respond to all emails tonight. I just had to have a weekend to get these fire starters, which I make homemade wax fire starters as well as other things, and so I needed to have this full weekend to get these if I can talk, to get these fire starters done and bagged up and on the shelf, and just some other things around the house that I needed to catch up on. I had like 3 loads of laundry and, cleaning and whatnot. So I have not had an opportunity to check my email, but I will be checking tonight. So I will get back to you. And thank you guys for being patient. But yeah, so as far as tonight's video, I don't necessarily know how long it's going to be. I don't think it'll be as long as normal, a normal video, but I felt it important to come on here because I'm so curious, and I'm sure many of you are as well, what's going on with Quinton Simon. Not with Quinton Simon, well, what's going on with this family, okay, Quinton Simon's family. But I had another video planned for this weekend, and I'm still planning on doing that one this week, maybe even tomorrow if I can get to it tomorrow. I have a lot of requested videos, and thank you guys for suggesting them. When I see them, I write them down, and I'm trying to be a little bit more organized in where I keep those names written down. But I did have one in particularly in mind for tonight. That is probably for sure going to be my next video. But for tonight, I wanted to, because of everything that's going on in the Quinton Simon case, I wanted to do a quick reading on what is going on. Number one, is Quinton in that landfill? Because, I think some people are now starting to question whether or not he's actually in the landfill. I mean, we've been going on, it's like, 3 weeks now? And I do hear people talking on, lives and chats about how a landfill works and how much actual trash goes into a landfill, not just on a daily basis, but on an hourly basis. And it's a lot, and they have a job ahead of them. So, have they not found anything because they just have a lot to go through, or have they not found anything because he might not be there? So I want to ask that question. I also want to ask if anyone else besides Leilani is involved. And I say besides Leilani because police have come out and pretty much named her as the main persons of interest, right? So they haven't mentioned anyone else. They haven't mentioned the boyfriend or anyone. But I have a hard time, and this is just my personal opinion, believing that the boyfriend didn't know anything about what was going on that morning, because he was the one, allegedly, that sent that text message to the babysitter telling her that she doesn't have to babysit the kids that day, and that was an early morning text. So I don't know, something's not ringing right with him. But that's another question. And then, does grandma know what happened? All right. Does Billy Joe have any idea of what happened to baby Quinton? So those are the primary questions that I want to get into tonight. As far as what is going on with Quinton Simon, man, I'm disappointed that it has taken this long to. I just don't understand if this child is presumed to be deceased and the mom is the one and only person of interest, how she is just freely walking around and enjoying taking shots and, you know, dinners out and hitting on waiters and taking walks on the beach. I find that appalling, to be honest with you. I don't like how this case is going. I had high hopes in the beginning, but now I'm starting to take a second look at it. I get that they want to take their time and have all their I's dotted and their T's crossed and make sure that they have concrete evidence because they don't want her to walk. But damn, she's walking now. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like how arrogant the family is coming across. I've been watching the protesters, and whatever you feel about the protesting, if it's peaceful protesting, that is a right that we have. And I can understand the frustration because this is a woman who potentially threw her baby in the trash, all right? And yet she is able to, you know, go to the bathroom when she wants, eat when she's hungry, sleep when she's tired, dance, listen to music, go out to eat, and do all these things that, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's bothering me, I'll be honest with you. So let me know what you guys think. All right, so let's get into this reading. Let me pull this deck here, which is the Book of Shadows Tarot. And my first question, like I said, is Quinton actually in the landfill? Is baby Quinton Simon in that landfill? Is baby Quinton Simon in that landfill? All right, is Quinton Simon in that landfill? Quinton in that landfill. Let me go ahead and cut these. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, we've got woods, guys. We've got woods. That's interesting. And that's a 5. So if I were to just take the 5 as a yes or a no, I would take that as a no. We've got the 2 of Wands reversed. And we've got the Knight of Swords reversed. Wow. You know what? I can't say for 100% sure that Quinton is in that landfill, to be honest with you. I really can't. Now, is he in the woods? You know, I mean, this is for entertainment, right? So, but I'm looking at this and it doesn't, I'm not getting a hard yes. I'm not picking up a hard yes for that question. Okay. So this first one here, you know, she's literally in the woods and, you know, it looks cold and, you know, she's confused, she's lost, but we're looking at the woods. Okay. Now some people have mentioned the woods behind the house, or near that area. That's interesting. Now, also we know that I think police did come out and say that, or did the police come out and say that? I'm not sure. I think they did during the last press conference that they had video footage of her going to a dumpster nearby and waiting until the trash picked up that, you know, that particular dumpster. And so that was what they were going on. Could that have been a decoy? I mean, I don't know if she's that savvy to really kind of, you know, put that kind of information or that kind of a plan together. But yeah, guys, I'm not thinking 100% on the landfill. The 2 of Wands, you know, the 2 of Wands, I look at that as possibly the landfill is on the table, but it again, it's not looking like it's not I'm not feeling good about the landfill. And the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah. That to me is action. You know, that's an action card. So that to me is talking about the law enforcement, their action. Are they putting action into the wrong location is the way I'm looking at that Knight of Swords. Are they putting all of this effort into this landfill and he possibly might not even be there? Huh. Not what I expected, to be honest with you. All right. Is anyone else involved? Is anyone else involved in what happened to Quinton Simon? The Moon. Oh, gosh, yeah. There's lots of things that are going to come out about this case eventually. I don't know when, but eventually. This is secrets. This is illumination. This is things being discovered. But with it coming out reversed, it tells me that they're still under the cover of darkness as of now. Okay. So there's a lot of information that this family has, and you know, they're going to try to keep that hidden. That's just the way it is. But this makes me feel like, without a doubt, Leilani potentially didn't act alone. All right. Is anyone else involved? Is anyone else involved? The Fool. That's Leilani. And then we have the Nine of Wands reversed, and we have the Three of Swords. Okay. So that Fool card to me is, you know, like I said, that's Leilani. And I really think when I look at these two cards here, the Fool and the Nine of Wands reversed, I look at that as she isn't. It's like a confirmation that she isn't that savvy to come up with this grand scheme. All right. She would need assistance. She would not have the capabilities of, you know, coming up with a major plan. So that tells me that definitely there's somebody else or other people involved that are, you know, either helping to, you know, deal with the disposal, or even, you know, it could be just the cover up, but there's other people in that home and in that family that know exactly what happened to Quinton. Okay. And they're protecting her, but they're not protecting her enough. I don't think it's going to work. This is a card of protection. This is like a wall of protection. And again, with it coming out in reverse, it tells me that she's not protected. And I feel like the heat is, you know, she's feeling that heat. I mean, look at this heat in this card here. All right. That, and then follow that by the Three of Swords, which is, you know, heartache, devastation. And so to me, she is definitely having regrets. Okay. She feels that the walls are closing in on her, and she is worried about the outcome of this investigation. She is very much worried. And if she were innocent, she wouldn't have anything to worry about. Now, some could argue that this is a devastation because of, you know, her children. Her son, Quinton, is presumed, you know, deceased, and her other children have been taken away from her. We also have just this particular card alone. It looks like somebody, I imagine in my mind that somebody is, you know, being forced to move or possibly being evicted. There's keys here on the table, and it looks like she received a letter. And so you just kind of get that eviction feeling in this card with this particular deck. And we know that right prior to this happening, her mom, Billie Joe, did file paperwork to have Leilani and the children leave. Which I don't know how she could have done because she had custody of the children. But the fact that this card is coming up, it makes me feel like there's something here going on with the fact that Billie Joe asked her to leave right prior to what happened to Quinton. There might be a connection to that. I don't know what that connection is, but I'm picking that up. Okay. But this is also telling me that, you know, like I said, some people could be looking at this as this is her dealing with what happened to her children. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I don't have any children cards here. I didn't pull any Six of Cups or, anything that has a child in it. So I'm not picking up a sense of, sadness or devastation due to what happened. I'm picking it up more of a self concern, okay? Self worry, the Fool card. This is her. This is just her alone. This is her and this is her. So this is a concern about herself. All right, now does Billy Joe know what happened to baby Quinton? Does Billy Joe know what happened to baby Quinton? Does Billy Joe know what happened to baby Quinton? All right, the Five of Swords. Interesting. The Tower. The Three of Wands. And the Two of Cups. Huh. Okay. When this one came out, I took that as no. She probably doesn't know the whole story. And that's believable, because if Leilani is the liar that Billy Joe says she is, then it's quite possible that even Grandma hasn't gotten the full truth from Leilani. But I'm seeing some other cards here that are indicating that she may not know for sure, but she suspects. And this has just that. I don't think that she would have expected, to be honest with you, and I don't care for Billy Joe. I'll be honest. I'm not, but I'm trying to be unbiased in this reading. So in all honesty, I don't feel like she expected Leilani to ever do anything like this. I think that she suspects that Leilani is responsible, but at the same time, she is going to stand by her daughter, but she's standing by her hesitantly. She doesn't want to stand by her. All right. This is literally, to me, this is Billy Joe, and that's her standing next to her family, her daughter. But she's doing it more so out of, whether it be guilt, whether it be she feels, somehow responsible, or if she just feels that she is obligated to do that. That would be my guess as to why she is helping Leilani with everything. And it might be a little bit of concern for herself, her own future in this, given the fact that she had custody and she allowed her daughter to live in that home and be around those children, even though she was deemed unfit by the court system. So there's a little bit of other things going on with Billy Joe, okay? But I think that she does suspect that Leilani is guilty of what they're saying that she's potentially guilty of. However, like I said, because of the Tower card is something that happens kind of unexpectedly. If you look back on it years later, you can kind of see the signs, okay? So like she could look back on this situation and she might say, you know what, I should have known better than to leave these children with Leilani, but at the time I didn't see this coming. That would be an honest statement, because I feel like the Tower is just that. It's something that, although there might be signs, we don't tend to see them in the moment. And it's something that comes out of the sky. It literally just completely shakes our world. It just turns our world upside down. And that is exactly what is happening right now to Billy Joe and her family. All right. This just kind of came unexpectedly, and she's just trying to pick up the pieces as best that she can. The Three of Wands, I think she's this is literally her trying to figure out what the hell to do, how to deal with this. Okay. If you guys have been watching, anything going on live coverage today, whether it be, Dolly Vision or, somebody who's streaming it, there was a clip earlier where, I believe it was Bullhorn Betty was streaming, I think, or maybe it was Olivia from Chronicles of Olivia. I'm not sure which one, but somebody from the Simon family pulled into the driveway and hooked up their trailer and drove off. And I guess what I'm hearing is that they sold this trailer, which isn't shocking because you might be trying to figure out how you're going to lawyer up and what you can get rid of really quick to get the money to do so. And so I think that right now they're in the planning stages. That's what Billie Joe is worried about. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to think of how they can get out of this, how they can deal with this, how she can, help her daughter any way that she possibly can. How she can help herself. Will she face consequences? All right, so definitely, and it's interesting because this is the perfect card for Billie Joe, and as well as possibly Lelana, or is it Leilana? Leilana. You have the mailman out here, okay? You have them sitting inside the house, and you have people outside their windows. And so that mailman, to me, represents the protesters in this particular card. So I would guess that they're just inside chilling, doing whatever it is that they do. While everything is going on outside, and they're kind of just trying to, as best as they can, just ignore what's happening, even though it's probably very hard to do that. But they're more in a planning mode. Now, this one here, okay, the Two of Cups, in this particular deck, and in most decks, the Two of Cups symbolizes a relationship, a couple, right? However, I don't always look at these cards as a relationship couple. It can just be two people that are bonded together. This could be a mother and daughter card, all right? Or it could be a relationship. And so I actually feel like this is more, it might be a little bit of both. Okay, might be a little bit of both, because in the very beginning, Billie Joe came out and spoke to the media, and she had, I believe it was her husband standing next to her. I don't know if it was a husband, a boyfriend, but we haven't seen him since. So there could be some trouble in paradise because of this whole nonsense, right? He might just be like, you know what, this is too much. I'm out of here. I don't know. Okay. I have no idea. I don't know what the relationship is between her and that man. We've also got, the fact that this could be her and her daughter, okay? And they're literally, they went out to eat the other day, right? They went to a restaurant. They were seen taking shots and, spending $300, racking up a $300 bill at the restaurant, walking on the beach, being loud, okay? So some could even argue that this is them, okay? This is Billie Joe and Leilani, laughing it up and having a good time at that restaurant, drinking, enjoying themselves, okay? Not what you would expect from a grandma and a mother of a child who police have pretty much said is deceased, right? That's not the behavior that you would expect. Regardless of guilt or innocence, you wouldn't think that that would be the first thing that you would do. But they did it. So I actually think that this is Billie Joe and Leilani, and it just kind of shows where their mindset is. This is literally where their mindset is. This is what's important to them. These two cards, relaxing, having a good time, getting their mind off of this, and planning for, whether it be lawyer, a story, craziness. All right, what else can we learn about Billie Joe and Leilani? I actually want to pull a couple of cards on, is it Danny that's the boyfriend of Leilani, who is the baby girl's father? Isn't he the one that I think split after this whole thing? But the boyfriend who allegedly sent the text message to the babysitter in the morning. So what's going on with him? Can we get some information about Leilani's current boyfriend, if he's current, but the father of the baby girl? What's going on with him? Was he involved in this, and does he know more than what he's saying? I already feel like with that moon card, yeah, other people are aware. All right, other people are potentially involved, so let's see what comes out on him specifically. Page of Swords, the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Wands reversed, and let me pull one more, the Strength card. So that's interesting because these two cards right here tell me that that relationship is over. Okay, we've got the Lovers and the Ten of Swords. So why is my screen getting dark? That is so weird. Yeah, that relationship is over. He doesn't want anything to do with that. This relationship wasn't in a good place even prior to this. I think that this was kind of his last straw with her. I'm not really picking up anything about him as far as being involved per se. He might have more information that he's holding on to. I don't know if he's expressed that, or if he shared that with police or not, but I don't necessarily feel like he has anything directly involved in what happened to baby Quinton. Okay, as far as the texting is concerned, we know that Leilani is a liar, and so could she have been the one to send that text? Maybe when he was in the bathroom getting ready for work. Anything's possible with her. That would be easy to confirm. If anybody were to ask the babysitter and say, hey, could we see that text? I would assume that police have already asked the babysitter for that text information, and they can tell exactly who it came from and what phone and everything. They can't tell who was the one texting, but again, when you're dealing with somebody like Leilani, it's very much possible that she was the one using his phone. I'm not picking up here anything crazy as far as the boyfriend, but there was arguing and conflict even before baby Quinton went missing. And so I feel like with that Ten of Swords, this was the time for this guy to say, I'm out of here. I don't want anything else to do with you. All right. He was literally holding on by a string before. And I think he was holding on by a string because of the daughter. All right. That was what was keeping him there. That was the only thing that was keeping him there. And when this happened, like I said, he was done. He got out of there. And then we have the Strength card. The Strength card. Yeah, he might not be... Hold on. Let me pull another one on that Strength card. Can I get some clarity on the Strength card? Can I get some clarity on the Strength card with Leilana's boyfriend? I mean, when I first seen that Strength card with her running, to me, that was him hightailing it out of there. Okay, I have to admit that that's the first thing I'm thinking of. Like, he took this as an opportunity to head for the hills. And that's exactly what he did. But let me pull a clarifier just to see. The Four of Pentacles. All right, so, yeah. Four of Pentacles, it's usually something to do with money. Taking stock, taking inventory of what you have, taking inventory of your financials, making sure that you know what's coming in, what's going out. So it very, very well could have also have been that he stuck around because of his financial situation. Okay, there's that possibility. I don't know if anybody knows where he went, if he's staying at his own place, if he's staying with someone else. Because like I said, he just literally split like the next day. Now I know he obviously works, I guess, he has a job. But I feel like finances were potentially an issue. And so, let's face it, I don't think him and Leilani were contributing to any mortgage payment. So that was probably an easy setup for him. And so I think that that's why he did it. But, I'm not picking up here anything that he had anything to necessarily do with baby Quinton's disappearance, which I didn't expect. I feel like he at least knows something. All right. Anything else that needs to come up about Quinton Simon? Okay. The Hangman. Yeah, we're at a stall, right? That's exactly where this case is. That's exactly where this investigation is. It's just hanging there. All right, there's just no progress. They're not making any progress. Let me ask about the investigation and any possible arrest. What's going on with the investigation for Quinton Simon? Is there any possible arrest coming soon? Let me pull this one here. Oh, the Seven of Cups. That's not good. Oh, man. The Seven of Cups and the Hangman. That's not good. The Hierophant. Let me pull one more. We've got the Ten of Wands reversed. Wow. This isn't good. This is not what I was hoping for. That Seven of Cups is decisiveness, all right? So it's not knowing. That makes me feel like they really don't have that. They're not, I don't think, 100% in any direction at all in regards to this case. They're exploring all avenues, I think. Now they do seem to be focused on that landfill. So you would think that because they're so focused on the landfill that they have good information that Quinton is sadly in that landfill, I would hope. But there's a lot of cups here, and she's not looking too convinced on any one of those cups, and so that concerns me. That bothers me. And then couple that with that Hangman, that stagnation card. Now, also another way to look at this is that because there's so many options and variables that they're taking their time, just like they say that they've been doing, right? This could be looked at as that as well. Taking their time and making sure that they have the right cup, making sure that they choose the right cup. So there's that, all right? And then the Hierophant to me represent the community as well as the law enforcement. I think that they do feel pressure from the community, all right? We've got the the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands, and it's reversed. This is kind of being at your wit's end, and you're just basically juggling too much. You've got too much on your plate. This is the law enforcement. This is the law enforcement right now. They've got a lot that they're dealing with. They're kind of overwhelmed, I would guess, with this case. And you don't need tarot cards to tell you that. I'm sure that you would just assume that they are overwhelmed, and they do want to make, I think overall, they do want to make the right choices and the right decisions. But they're not coming across to the public, or at least some of the public, they're not coming across as making the right decisions because of a lack of arrest. I think a lot of people are understanding, right? They want them to do their job to the best of their ability. But then there's some people, myself included, that are like, okay, well, something just doesn't seem right about this with her walking around freely. Now, of course, in this country, you are innocent until proven guilty, but they've pretty much come out and said that she was guilty. So we have to take that into consideration. But this Hierophant to me represents the community, and this is pressure. With this coming out right next to that Ten of Wands, that's the community pressure. So they are really feeling it right now. So all of this stuff that's going on with the protesters and YouTube, they are feeling it. They are feeling it, and they are watching it. All right, so whoever's in charge at the law enforcement, whether it's the chief of police or, this could also represent the DA, somebody high up, they are definitely feeling the heat from this case. And I do think that they want to get it solved as quickly as possible. Let me pull a couple of more on the investigation. Page of Pentacles. See, we've got another card with the Woods. Page of Cups. The Sun card. All right, so we've got two pages here that to me could possibly represent Quinton. And we've got more Woods. Okay, so more Woods. And the fact that the Woods have come out a couple of times now, that does make me wonder if he is in that landfill. I'm looking at that page of that page of cups. You've got a reflection. Got a reflection. The page of cups is usually, again, typically associated with a relationship or daydreaming or fantasizing or something along the lines. But I'm more intrigued by the reflection in the water. And then right next to that we have family. We have the sun card, but the sun card is reversed. So we've got the family that represents this entire clan in their current situation. Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Sun card. It's almost like I feel like I have to wonder if the whole family, like the whole immediate family, I don't think that they know for sure though. I don't think that Leilani, because of that moon card, I don't think that she has told them everything. Everything. They may have the gist of it, and they may know that Quinton is no longer here, but she hasn't told them everything. There's parts that she's leaving out. She's not being completely honest. So the family is also in the dark, to an extent. To an extent. I really do believe that Leilani is indeed the number one person who knows what happened to Quinton. She's the only one who knows everything. It's her. It's that reflection. She's the one responsible, in my opinion, entertainment purposes, but she's the one that knows what happened either that morning or the night before. Family suspects, and they have a good idea, but they don't know everything. And I'm getting this impression or this feeling that Quinton might be someplace else besides that landfill. Huh. We've got a computer too. Got a computer. What's the meaning of the computer? Communication? Technology? Communication? Is there a clue someplace? Is technology, is that going to lead somebody to the actual location? But then again, the dogs hit on something in the landfill, but that could be an item that belonged to Quinton, right? It could be clothing or something like that, a toy. I'm assuming. I don't know, guys. I'm going to leave it there. This is definitely another reading that requires potentially a third reading. But I'm going to leave it there for tonight. And let's just pray that they do find baby Quinton. And, the person or persons responsible, I do believe that it is Leilani, are held accountable. And I personally feel like Grandma, Billy Joe, there's got to be some consequences there. There's got to be some consequences there. I don't see how you can have custody of these grandkids and under your watch, because this happened under Billy Joe's watch, right? She was the one that held that role. She was the one responsible for their safety, and this happened under her. So there you would think that there's got to be something. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.